Long, long ago, there were not only one, but 10 suns in the sky, taking turns to illuminate the earth. These 10 suns were all sons of the Emperor of Heaven, but they were all black crows with shiny feathers and 3 legs. When the sun rose into the sky, people could not see their appearance, only a bright light that was so dazzling that their eyes could not open. The Sun brothers lived in the east, in a bay called Yanggu. In the sea grew a giant phoenix tree that was thousands of feet tall, where the Sun brothers slept on its branches at night. Every morning, a jade rooster on the phoenix tree would crow loudly, waking up the Sun brothers, who would then shout, laugh, and playfully jump into the sea to take a bath. The Sun brothers' bodies were as hot as fireballs, and when they bathed together, the seawater boiled and bubbled. At this time, the Sun brothers' mother appeared in a chariot driven by 6 golden dragons from the dark sky. Looking down from the chariot, the Sun mother saw her 10 sons bathing and said in a stern voice, "Whose turn is it to illuminate the sky today?" "It's me." "No, it's me." "He's lying. Today is clearly my turn to go out and play." The 10 sons yelled and rolled around in the seawater, but the Sun mother was angry and scolded them. "You are so mischievous. Going out to illuminate the world every day is a job commanded by the Emperor of Heaven. How can you treat it as going out to play? Stop arguing." Hearing their mother's scolding, the Sun brothers dared not make a fuss anymore. They selected the sun that was in charge that day, sat in the chariot, and went west under their mother's supervision to perform their duties for the day. As a result, the world gradually became brighter and turned into daytime. At dusk, the sun on duty left the last few rays of golden light on the high mountains in the west, then left the Sun mother and flew alone back to Yanggu in the east. To their surprise, the 9 suns on the fusang tree were not asleep, and were loudly quarreling. "We only get to play once every 9 days, it's so boring." "Yeah. Even on the days we're allowed to play, Mom watches us so closely, it's not fun at all." One of the sons suddenly had an idea. "I know. Tomorrow morning, while Mom isn't here yet, let's all sneak out and have a blast, okay?" The Sun brothers flapped their wings with excitement and exclaimed, "Yes, yes, that's a great idea, let's do it." They were so excited that they didn't sleep all night. The next morning, before the rooster crowed, the 10 sons flew away from the fusang tree and headed west together. On that day, people noticed that not only was the sky 10 times brighter than usual, but it was also unbearably hot. Looking up, they saw 10 big red fireballs darting around the sky. The 10 sons had forgotten to return home after playing, and people were unable to bear the heat. They waited for the coolness of night to come, but the sky remained bright. The crops in the fields were scorched, the river ran dry, the plants withered, and the animals died from the heat. The entire earth made a cracking sound from being roasted by the suns. The Sun mother couldn't find her sons in the Yang Valley, so she quickly drove her chariot and searched the sky. The Sun mother shouted anxiously, "Come back now. If you don't come back, the world will be set on fire." The Sun brothers were too indulged in playing and ignored their mother's calls. Unable to catch her sons, the Sun mother had to drive to the heavenly palace to tell the heavenly emperor. The heavenly emperor was very angry and said, "This is outrageous. I'll send someone to scare them, and maybe they'll come back obediently." The heavenly emperor then summoned the great god Houyi, who was the best archer in the sky, and gave him a red divine bow and a bundle of white feather arrows. He instructed him, "You can only scare the Sun brothers and must not hurt them." Houyi was tall and strong but hot-tempered. He didn't listen carefully to the heavenly emperor's words and quickly flew to the human world with his divine bow. Houyi's wife, Change, who knew her husband's bad temper and tendency to cause trouble, hastily drove a cloud and followed him closely. After arriving in the mortal world, Houyi saw how miserable the people were. They were all tanned and thin from being scorched by the sun, and couldn't even walk properly. When the people saw the arrival of the great god Houyi, they struggled to climb out of their houses and caves and knelt before him, pleading, "Please save us. We're all going to die from the heat." Houyi looked up and saw that the 10 sun brothers in the sky were completely oblivious to the suffering below. They just chased and played around, setting fire to the mountains in the east one moment and turning the forests in the west into charcoal the next. These 10 troublemakers, I'll teach them a lesson. Houyi was furious. He immediately took out a white feather arrow from his back and put it on his red bow. He pulled back the bowstring with all his might and aimed at the sun in the sky. Whoosh! The white arrow flew like a bright electric light straight towards the sun. The people saw the sun hit by the arrow and falling from the sky. They were scared and ran everywhere. They didn't expect that the fallen sun turned out to be a very large three-legged crow. Houyi hit one sun and laughed happily. He quickly shot out one arrow after another, and to the cheers of everyone, the suns extinguished one after another and fell from the sky. The sky went from fiery red to golden, then to clear blue. The earth began to cool down. People counted happily, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. As they saw the 9 three-legged crows falling down after being shot by Houyi's arrows. That's strange, there's still one left. Someone exclaimed. Oh, there it is, hiding behind the clouds. Houyi looked closely and saw the last remaining sun, trembling and pale, hiding behind the thick clouds. I might as well shoot it down too. He was about to pull out another arrow to shoot when Change, who was gentle and clever, appeared in front of him and grabbed his hand. Your temper is really too impatient. If you shoot down all 9 sons of the Heavenly Emperor, he will never forgive you. Change warned. And if you shoot down the last sun too, who will continue to light up the world? You are right, I won't shoot it down. Houyi put away his bow. Since Houyi shot down the 9 sons, people's lives became better and they no longer had to worry about the sun causing trouble.